All right, you guys, we are live. Let's just hit that. Let that one little app pop up, and we going. Oh, I'm live over there. There you go. And it's running. All right. I'm going to introduce everybody who is on here. Okay, somebody just popped out. Camille, I don't know where she is. I don't know why she ain't popped back in. One of my guests just popped out. I don't know where she at. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and get started because they've been waiting and they want to see. And that's what we're going to do. Get it cracking. All right. Hi, this is 21 Questions Podcast live on Facebook, and I'm your host, Shy City Biscuit. All right, today's topics will hit on engagements, sports, social media, family, and dating. My beautiful biscuit panel today will be Keisha, the real nurse, Mr. Punisher, CDL transportation specialist, Camille, Cammy, 18-year healthcare expert, Gary, the driver, Lisa, CDL transportation expert as well, and Mr. Stringer Harris, business owner of Bee Protection. All right, you guys, before we get started, today's episode will be hosted by me wearing, let me let y'all see this. Wong Clothing Line by Greg. He has been a business owner of his clothing line since 2013. You can catch him in Alsop Swap. His booth number is 462. And it's comfy. And you know what? In the back, the tag is he is, not the other people's. So shout out to y'all at Clothing Line, as well as my beautiful makeup artist, Miss Cobbs. She always get me right. All right, you guys. Now we can go ahead and jump in. All right. Let me remove everyone but my first guest. Okay, Miss Keisha, you can
Hey,
unmute your screen. Hey, girl,
can you hear me?
giving all of the good face. Yes, yes, boo, love it,
I had
all
to
of
come
it.
on here to be next to you. So, you know,
I be trying, girl. I be trying. I be trying. Okay, so let's jump straight in. Your first
okay.
question is, how long do you feel that a couple should be engaged before marriage?
Whew. Pre-COVID, I probably would have been like 2 years. That's probably what I would have said before the pandemic. But now everything's so unpredictable. You don't know if you want to forfeit a big wedding and have a private ceremony. You don't know if you want to wait it out. You don't know if you want to cut your list down to 50 people or 100 people to like please a venue. It's difficult to say because there's so much uncertainty. So it's really like, who knows? Who knows? I know I still want a big wedding, but it's like, do I just go ahead and do it and do the wedding later? Like, you don't know.
Okay, so before COVID, what amount of time would you give?
I would have said 2 years personally
2 years,
for me.
2 years.
Yeah. Hmm.
Okay. Do anybody have anything to add or take from? This one right here. I always has something to say. Yes, sir. How can I help? Unmute your phone, Mr. Punisher.
I really don't have nothing per se to say about that, but I mean, do we have to have time limit? Like, there, does there have to be a time limit? I
Well, I
mean,
mean,
because honestly, due hey, due to event that has happened this year, I mean, people get married like they jump ship like, but does there have to be a time limit? I mean, I'm
okay.
feeling you. You feeling me. We just go ahead and have both our minds on the right track, the same path.
See, and that's the thing. I feel that though. Like if you put your ring, like if you put a ring on it, like and you propose, like I feel like your mindset should already be there. Like I don't think your mindset should be like, okay, I'm putting a ring on it, just hold off for 1 minute and let me get right. I feel like your mind and everything should be ready. It's just the preparation for finances and getting everything prepared to be together forever. No, yeah, that's
Hmm?
okay. Go ahead, Keish.
And two, sometimes the ring is used to be a place setting for people, like with no real intention of marrying them. So absolutely you need to set a time frame because then how do you know that somebody isn't wasting your time talking about we gonna be engaged for 5, 10, 15 years with no real idea of marrying you and just to get it out of your head that you need to leave to further yourself. It could be real manipulative. So a time frame is like you always need to assess where you are in a relationship. So I feel like a time frame is going to vary per couple. However, it does need to be there if
It needs to be set.
yeah. We
Ooh,
need the
Keisha,
time
you
frame to
just
be like we
said
working
it.
towards it because to just put a ring on my finger we never talk about it and we stay in limbo, that means you was playing with me. And that
Yes.
means that you knew that I could go
Okay.
elsewhere,
Okay.
but you
Wait.
wanted
Wait.
to
Wait.
stop me.
Okay. 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 Hold on 1 second. Okay. I have this person opinionated. Go ahead, sir. Yes.
No, I think you're right. It should be a set date,
Hmm.
you know. But for some, it's like the ring is like a wedding layaway, right? you, you get a ring, and you intend to come back and purchase, but sometimes people don't. So you do have some that will take it that extra, you know. It's like a placeholder to
Yes.
some people. It's like a
Yes.
placeholder. I give you a ring, and I'm gonna have you sit here until something else comes up. But for those who real about getting married, it's no time. It'll be a lot sooner.
It'll
two
be
years,
less.
kind of a long time, really.
2 years. Yeah, that
Yeah,
is. I mean, yeah, it kind of is like
I'm not gonna give you a ring if I don't feel like this is it.
right.
And if I feel like this is it, I'm not gonna wait 2 years and shit. You can get hit by a car in 6 months and shit. You know what I mean? So yeah, no, I'm not waiting. Mm-mm. But
Now, yeah.
yeah,
Yes, I do agree. I do agree. I agree that when you put that ring on someone's finger, when you actually go purchase it,
when
your
you
mindset should
when,
be
when you real, now
yes.
they're not real about it. and they got like 8 rings in their closet and shit. Pass out to motherfuckers. So yeah, when you're not real, yeah, you give us you
So
can get
people passing out rings on here.
hey shit. You act like am I
Hey,
lying? You know
I-
you got people out there with like several rings they done passed out and they not real about either one.
that
So
is true.
so if you see somebody they say they engaged and they've been like 8 years and you ought to just tell her he fucking somebody else. You ought to just say that. Am I lying? Yeah, I'm not lying. He fucking somebody else. If you engaged for 8 years,
Yeah, you are shaking the table. Somebody is mad as hell at you.
hey, the truth make motherfuckers mad.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Gary. All right. All right, Keisha Key. All right. So your next question is, do you feel that flirting on social media is cheap,
Absolutely.
and why?
Absolutely. If I can't do it in front of you, or you be on the side of me when I say what I'm going to say or insinuate what I'm going to insinuate, that means the intention is there to keep it from you, do it behind your back, and then I'm sneaking. So, absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. I agree. Because some people feel like social media isn't real, even though you see these people every day. So you see them every day and you can flirt with them on social media, but it's not real. I'm
No.
with you. All
So,
right.
why you want to fake flirt
Do-
then? Now I got even more questions. Like, why you
Not
want to fake
what
flirt?
now I got more questions. Now where you want to fake flirt? Yes, in
Exactly.
that order. Yes. Okay. Do anyone will have anything to give or take for what she stated about social media flirting? All right. Yep, we got one. Yes,
What
sir.
is a
Unmute
fake
you.
flirt?
Yes.
Flirt is the flirt. Yeah, what is a fake
No.
flirt? Never heard that. What's a fake flirt?
Well, no, I was saying in reference to anybody saying that, hey, social media is social media and it's not real. If you're flirting on here and you're trying to say it's not real, so you're fake flirting, why are you fake flirting, man? Like, I got a lot of questions. Like, what are you doing?
I'm with you. Yes. Now yes. Yes. If it's not real, it's fake flirting. And what does that come from? Yes. Nah, Mr. James. Yep, it's real. All right. Okay. Thank you, Miss Keisha Key. All right, Mr. James. Thank you so much. Miss Keisha Key, thank you so much. Okay, so next we have the very opinionated CDL transportation holder, Mr. Punisher. Yes, sir.
Is it
I
my
like your
turn?
YouTube
Is it
channel
my
too.
turn already? I mean,
Yes, and I
it's
love your
something I put
YouTube
together.
channel, by the way.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's something
No,
I
I
put
like
together
it.
like to just to help, help me train my. That's all I do. Like I said, it's kind of hard for some people to get like some of the stuff that I do, and sometimes they ain't got time to be just put the video on, put yeah, want to listen to it, uh, break it down on how to listen, how you do it, verbally, and I show it helps me, it helps my job.
Yeah, I viewed it.
I like to
I'm
work
honestly,
smart.
yeah, yes, and honestly, I feel like it really, really helps people. So if anybody needs help completing their CDL test, he walks you through the air brakes and everything else you need to know on how to become a CDL holder. So if anybody needs any help, hit him up. He's gonna put his link down there in the comments. Okay. So your first question is, you being single, do you ever get the question, why are you single and why haven't you been married?
I want to say 85%. Why have I been married? I guess I haven't found that right one. I would like to be married, but I just haven't found that right one.
Okay.
It's just like what Keisha said about the ring. Find that person, and pretty much women have to, I would say, earn their ring. When a man has to be there to give their ring to them. And if it's not there, it's not gonna be no ring.
Okay. Okay. All right. So we have to. I mean, I'm with you with the earning the ring, but I'm even more with you when you say the man is supposed to go and get it and make sure that it's safely secured on the finger.
That's if that's what you want to do. Believe me, a man gonna do it. If he taking 3 years or 4 years to put a ring on the finger, he don't want to do it.
Okay.
So,
Okay. So do anybody else have anything to add or take away from his question? Oh, I get all thumbs up. Great. Love it. Okay. So your second question is, do you think a relationship can come from social media dating? So if you meet someone on social media and you start talking to them, do you think a relationship can come from that?
yes,
Why?
I support that 100% because I mean, look at social media has made a platform for people to communicate all over the place,
Okay.
and by us having that platform now, guys, I could be somebody. I see somebody on Facebook that's in Mississippi, and if we clicking and push come to shove, damn right, I'll move to Mississippi or I'll make her come up this way. It'll happen. It can happen. Like real talk.
Okay. Okay.
I have road trips, but they say catch flights, not feelings. Catch flights. Man, heard
Okay.
that.
I know that's
Heard
right.
that. Yeah.
Hey, love is out there. You got to go get it. Okay. Do anyone have anything
I
to add
believe
or take away?
somebody.
You ready? Look, you say you be somebody out there. You ready, huh? Okay. All right. I'm getting nothing but thumbs up. Everybody is in agreement to what you're saying. So, all right then. Thank you so much, sir. I appreciate it.
Hey.
Okay. Our next okay, my next guest, she was having technical issues. I'm not sure what happened, but it's okay. I'm sure she'll be back. Okay, so my next guest is the opinionated Mr. Gary.
Oh damn.
Hey, sir.
Hey.
He's like, oh damn. Okay, sir. How you feeling?
I'm good. How about yourself?
I'm great. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and jump in there with your questions. Okay, so how about those Bears, sir?
You know I hate the Bears right now. But I'm enjoying watching them trying to dig themselves out of that hole. But I don't think it's gonna happen.
You don't think so?
You know what? I think a lot of people. What I mean by I don't think it's gonna happen. I don't think they'll win a Super Bowl, but I do think they'll be better this year than they were last year. You know,
Okay, why you say that? Who they got?
I think Dalton is gonna be better than what people giving him credit for. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Like, he wasn't that good in Dallas last year, but Dallas had like the worst defense in the league.
I was just about to say that.
All the Bears got to do, in my opinion, is get the defense is good last year anyway. But if you make that defense even better, you can expect better play from Dalton. My opinion. I think defense is top 5. I think the Bears win the division.
What about the offense? You don't think they need work?
I think the offense. I think if the defense is playing well enough, Dalton did decent in Dallas. It's just that his team defense was shit.
Okay.
You know, me, you, and 9 other motherfuckers score at least a touchdown on Dallas last year. You know what I mean? So.
Okay. Right.
I think. But
okay.
What is
I think somebody got something to add or take away from that. Okay, we're gonna wait. We got 3 people, but go ahead, Mr. Punisher.
Man, look, I hear what he's saying, but Andy Dalton has been good in almost 6 years, man. Since he left, before he even left it. But listen, I'm always giving brother a chance. I really am. But hey, if he don't do good, hey, we gonna have new quarterback, and you just gonna have to restructure the whole team. Coach gonna be gone, general manager gonna be gone. Hey, everybody gonna get it all out. So hey, you gonna be all in like that? Hey, I'm ready for the law.
I
I
think
really am.
they'll pick a quarterback this year in the draft. But Andy Dalton in Dallas, he had like 14 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. And that's on a team where the defense gave up 37 points a game. So if you bring him to a Bears defense, top 5, they get takeaways. A good defense puts the other team in a bad field position, right? So if the other team is starting, by the 20, by the 10, it's gonna help Andy Dalton a lot. And then they still got Robinson. They got the running back from Kansas City. They still got our running back, Tariq Cohen, coming back. You still got Grant. You know what I'm saying? And then they're gonna get a receiver in the draft and might get one in free agency. So what I'm trying to tell you, they're gonna surround him with enough talent so that he can be successful. And that's all they need.
That's what they need. Yeah.
That's it. Just give him enough talent to be successful, and they'll do it. I'm not saying Super Bowl. I'm riding with Kansas City now.
Gary.
So this is my only fault. You have your coach and a GM that's pretty much you're on the hospital. You need to make the necessary moves. I think there were 2 quarterbacks that were better than Andy Dalton. That if the Russell Wilson thing didn't fall through, they would have got. And I don't think that nobody should get that not less.
Right. That was my next
blowing
question.
smoke over our eyes, and this Russell Wilson trade will really go down, and they doing too much advertising.
So y'all think Russell gonna come for real?
No.
Okay, so if he did, he still would need a team though.
He got a team, but he ain't coming. Because here's why. The Bears don't have anything to trade for nobody. They got the 20th overall pick. Nobody would want the Bears' 20th overall pick when they can get the 3rd pick from this team, the 6th pick from that team, the 7th pick from this team. So that was smoke of everybody's ass, right?
I mean, what if they were selling it that it was gonna be his team? Like, I mean, you come and you be a superstar and you make it happen.
No, but still, you have to have something to trade for. The team they're not gonna just let Wilson go. You have to trade for Wilson.
Okay. Right? I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying they did.
Yeah, they need to get the 3rd team involved. If they can get Sam Darnold over to Seattle, I'm sure they'll pull that trade.
Wait, who you say?
Sam Darnold from the Jets.
Okay.
That's possible, but it's like the Bears still have to have something to give to somebody. You see what I'm saying? So even if they send Sam Darnold to Seattle, the Bears have to give something other than a 20th pick to the Jets. Whoever they involved in the 3-team deal, the Bears have to be able to give something. And the 20th overall pick, that's nothing. You know what I mean? Because they giving up their best quarterback.
I think Roquan Smith got a lot of value to him. I take him.
A middle linebacker.
Hey man,
you could find a linebacker in the 3rd round. You could find now you can't go
3rd round, but
you know it. You could find a linebacker.
Yeah, but he proven himself though.
But see, check it out. When you're looking at the defense, as long as you got somebody else on that defensive line or that defense that's good, like for instance, you can get a 4th round defensive linebacker because you got Khalil Mack on that line and Hicks. That front 4 make everybody else Pro Bowlers, right? Mm-hmm. When you got a really good front 4, you could put anybody back there. That front line and make them Pro Bowlers because the quarterback doesn't have enough time to throw the football. And that's why they look so good because of the pressure up front. So, yeah, that's still the Bears. If the Bears get a quarterback in the draft, that'd be cool. But if you surround that guy you got with enough talent, the defense playing well, the defense just have to play well than Dallas. And the Bears defense was good last year.
Yes.
So I'm going over to Indiana and I'm putting $200 on them winning the division and I'm putting 200 on them going to the Super Bowl. I'm doing that because it's like 2,000. If I bet at $100, I win 2,000.
Right, exactly. Yes. Yeah, you could bet $20 on
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, you know what? If the Bears,
You take a dog for Rodgers?
you see what now I'm not saying Dalton not better than Rodgers, but the defense, the Bears defense, the Bears defense,
You put him in the defense.
yeah. You see what Tampa Bay defense did to him, and Brady didn't play great in that game. Brady had like 3 interceptions.
Man.
So that was all
Man.
defense. Yeah. Yep. So the Bears up their defense.
Man.
They win the division.
Okay. All right. That's what's about them Bears.
Yeah.
All right. Do anybody else have anything to add or take away? Or they took it? Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, we got one more person. Yes, Miss Lisa, you got to take your phone off of mute.
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Get off you.
I can hear you.
Hear me, sir? Gary.
It's choppy, but I can hear you.
Yeah, you choppy.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I can hear you now.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Well, I just wanted to say, because when he first started speaking, he was saying that the Bears are not going to win a Super Bowl. I mean, they won one before, right?
That was like 40 years.
How many years ago was it?
Regardless of how long it was ago, it still happened.
Okay.
It does not. That means because it happened, it can possibly happen again.
Period.
We may not live to see it.
Right. Yeah, say that. Yeah, that happened.
We may, but I'm not. But it still can happen. And I'm talking about the possibility that it can happen.
Yeah.
We may not live to see it because my grandma, who was a Cubs fan, who was alive back in 1916 when they won, didn't live to see when the Cubs won in 2016.
Right. Yeah.
So she never gave up. She never gave up on the notion that they would win. But she was sitting in front of that TV every day watching every Cubs game, cheering them on, rooting them on, because she was a Cubs fan. She didn't say, "Oh, well, fuck the Cubs. They sorry. They ain't never gonna win again." No, she watched them losing and all. Stayed a fan.
I'm not that.
Didn't live to see them win again, but they won again.
Go Bears.
No, I'm not a fan.
Go Bears.
Once the Bears drafted a white quarterback only because he wasn't black, you lost me. Because that's the only reason they drafted Mitchell Trubisky, because he's white. The two backs in the draft.
That may be true. That may be true, and maybe that's why they're not winning.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes, and you had Deshaun Watson, and those were two of the best quarterbacks. Those were the best quarterbacks of college football, but they drafted Mitchell Trubisky, who was white. He only started 13 games. So once they drafted him, I knew they were racist. So I said, "Fuck the Bears." Yeah, I still, I watch, but my team now is Kansas City because they drafted a black quarterback. Yeah.
So you will forever be a Kansas City fan now?
I'm a Patrick Mahomes fan.
So wherever he go,
wherever he
but
go.
He's not gonna play forever, so you got to pick a forever team.
No, I don't.
I
say just like LeBron James took his talent to South Beach, I can take my support wherever I want to take it.
Right. Yeah, I know that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
And I say that because if the Bears cared about the black fan, I'm only talking about the black fan base. If they cared about us, there's no way you don't take the best. Patrick Mahomes threw for 5,000 yards in his last season, right?
Come on with it.
Mitchell Trubisky only threw for 4,000 in his entire college football career. Patrick Mahomes threw for 5,000 yards in 12 games. And you mean to tell me you picked Trubisky and then now you want us to ride? They want us to ride with them until they figure it out. You're not going to figure it out. I'm going to pick the team. I'm going to roll with the team that picked the black quarterback because they gave him a chance. When the Bears number 2 overall pick and they didn't, they rather choose the white boy instead of the right one, and I didn't like that.
I've been
a Bear fan. I was in high school when the Bears won the Super Bowl. Yep, I was a freshman. Never forget CVS. I was a freshman. That was my freshman year at CVS. when the Bears won the Super Bowl.
I was
And
in kindergarten. I was in kindergarten.
Yeah, no, I was a freshman at CBS. That's when they were talking about. You remember when they were talking about the they were throwing pennies at the freshmen and all that old bullshit. Yep.
I was eating Play-Doh.
I was.
All right, so
But I
that's
remember
about
when they
the
won.
Hmm?
I remember how the city turned up and turned out.
exactly. Okay. All right. So that's about them Bears. All right, Gary. All right, your next question. All right, so your next question is, since you're a fan of First 48 Hours, do you feel that a crime committed, yes, you are a big fan.
Yeah.
Do you feel that a crime you committed at 18 should be punishment for the rest of your life?
Depending
Why
on,
or why not?
yeah, depending on the crime, yeah. If it's something severe like carjacking, of course, murder. You know, murder. That's no doubt. But carjacking, home invasion, shit like that, yeah, I feel like rape. Oh, don't get me started on rape, child molest. I feel like rapists and child molesters only get one strike you out. You should never get out, right? You should never be able to walk the streets again if you do that. Yeah, certain crimes, I think you should never get a second chance, ever. Now, some stuff, the petty shit, dope, and and for those people who may respond and think I don't know what because people always look at me and feel like I only say that because of this and that. I've been to prison, just so you know, I've been to prison, so I've seen both sides of the law. College, I was a honor roll student at Northeastern Illinois University. But I sold dope. I sold a lot of it and ended up doing time. I did almost 10 years in prison. So for selling dope. But as far as the other bullshit, like carjack, all that, no, you need to go to jail. Take it, my opinion, sit down somewhere. They need to sit you down and give you time to think about it and shit. But other than that, like the small, the petty stuff, no, not everybody deserves a second chance. The minor offenders do. But if you do something that deserves, that warrants, you gotta, sit down. I have no problem with it.
So do you think Illinois should have a 3-strike rule like California?
Yep. But for violent offenders, I think Illinois needs to tweak it because California has 3 strikes you out, period. They don't care what the offense is, because there's some guy in there doing life because his 3rd strike was he stole like a slice of pizza. No, I think that's stupid.
That's excessive.
But they got that law. So Illinois, I think they should tweak it. I think it should be 3 strikes you out for violent offenders. Whatever the violent offense is. I don't care what the 3rd one is. I feel like if you dumb enough to commit another violent offense and you already know you got 2, so you don't give a fuck about your life. I don't. I promise you I don't.
Okay.
Yeah, you can sit in there and rock for all I give a damn. But
don't tell them to sit there and rock, okay? Here.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't care.
Gary, you were shaking the table to the mad.
Oh, my bad. I wouldn't. See, I've been to prison. I've seen it. All that tough talk they do out here and all of those shit, after a couple of years, it always hits them. Whether it's the 1st year, 5th year, the reality hits them at some point, and a lot of them can't take it. I've seen people hang themselves, slit their wrists open. You name it, I've seen it. But that's what you get. You did that shit to get in here. Do the time. Some of them can't do the time. After a minute, they snap. So fuck.
So okay, so you say that if you're 18 and you did a crime,
a certain crime. It depends on the crime.
A certain crime.
Yeah.
All violent, you say.
Yeah. Look, let me say this. When I was in Texas, and I get this, I talk about this a lot with people. I was locked up with 15-year-olds that got life sentences in Texas. I'm just saying.
Wow.
So yeah, if you man enough to do the crime, be man enough to do the time.
Wow.
Period. It was like 4 of them in my tank. 15. So yeah, I feel that way.
Woo. Okay. Do anybody have anything to say?
But
yes.
one 15-year-old, he participated in a triple murder.
Hmm.
I'm just saying. And the only person he was going to take it to trial, right? But because he thought everybody died, the one he shot in the head lived, and they wheeled her into the courtroom. And once he saw it, yeah, he signed for a life sentence. But yeah, he participated in a triple murder at 15. So yeah, he got to go. Yeah, and they gave him life as they should have.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we got some. I'm all in the story. We got some inputs. Okay, Miss Keisha Key, go ahead.
Y'all, I'm gonna say it. Um, Sometimes, even at 18, mentally, you can be a victim of your circumstances. And what you are at 18, you may not be at 40.
Yeah.
Or your mindset or what you're exposed to, or your environment, or social economic status. Were you doing a home invasion to feed yourself? I'm not saying it's okay. I'm simply saying that maybe around where you live, that's what they do to get their money. Maybe where you live, they sell drugs to get their money. Maybe you don't need to go to jail. Maybe you need to be in a better social economic standpoint or status and experience something else like education and or mental health,
I agree.
therapy, and maybe you'll be a different person. So I don't know. I don't know. I think that a lot of it should be black and white. It's just not black and white.
Say that same thing. Say that same thing. If you come home and you find your kid, and you come home and you find your mom. See, you have to think you have to put yourself in mindset as the same as the victims, because the victims have feelings too. If I'm
Absolutely.
gonna tell you this, because I'm different. I sold dope, gang bang, I did it all, right?
Hmm.
I went to college as well, but
Hmm.
I was when I was gang banging, I gang banged during a time we had meetings to go to, we had dues to pay, we had all this type of stuff, and it was a lot
Yeah,
more violent than it is now.
of course.
If I know who did that to my people, you're not going to jail, right? Uh,
Exactly.
that's it. But the thing is, you have a choice. You have a choice because I know it's not one is better than the other, but my choice was to sell drugs, right?
Right.
I sold dope, and I looked. A lot of us that sold dope, we looked at people who chose to carjack and do all the other dumb shit. We looked at you differently because that's not money, right? You taking a
Hmm.
penitentiary chance for something that eventually end up with you having to kill somebody over their own shit, right? That you know how dumb that sounds. I'm killing you because I'm trying to take the shit that you worked hard for, right? So those people have they have a chance, they have an opportunity to make the right decision. Now, once you pick that gun up and go decide to take this from somebody, you leave that door wide open, right? So if you go through that door, I feel like you need to pay for it because the victims. If I'm a victim, I'll be hurt if my mother, my daughter, doesn't come home, but you able to come home in 5 years because you completed some bullshit pottery class in prison.
Yeah. Now, I'm not speaking to all crimes. I'm just
Yeah,
saying there's certain ones
yeah,
because I feel like we can look into people's background
yeah.
and see what kind of home life they had and if it was dysfunctional or what kind of examples were placed in front of you. And some people genuinely grow up and do not know any different. So when it comes to that, I feel like, does that mean that you're obsolete of any kind of guilt with your crime? Absolutely not. However, should you just get thrown away to jail and like rot? I don't think
So,
so.
so as far as murder, you feel like if they take a life, right? If they take a life, now put yourself in the victim's position. If you would you feel that same way if you came home and found your son, daughter, uncle? If you would you feel that same way if it was your family that they killed? Because people say
I'm
all
not speaking of murder because some things can't be
no,
explained.
no,
But at the same time, if you go in to rob somebody, you shoot them, Gary, and I don't, and I'm just there with you. I didn't know you had a gun. Does that mean that I should get the same, punishment that you're gonna get?
but that's why I only asked one specific. I only asked, the question I asked has nothing to do with that. The
Okay.
I
Ask.
asked, I
Mhm.
said, if you go home, and I'm only speaking of like I told Miss Biscuit, Mrs. Biscuit, I'm only talking about the harsher crime. Now, if
Mhm.
you and I told her, I said, if you commit a BS crime, yeah, you deserve a second, third chance. But if it's murder, if you kill somebody over their own shit, right? No, you don't deserve a second chance. And I said, she asked me, do I think Illinois should have a 3 strikes you're out? And I said, yeah, for violent offenders. So that means after your 3rd violent offense, right? Yeah, we've given you 2 other chances. And after your 3rd violent offense, you have to go because you're proven to everybody in society that you're a violent person. You're not going to change. And
Okay, so yeah, I understand what you're saying when you saying, because when I asked you about 3 strike rule, and I'm using her example of what she said, that if I go into a store and someone that I'm with shoot them, but if you went in the store with them 2 times already and they shot them 2 times already, then the 3rd time you go in there, you just literally like going into places with somebody.
Exactly.
Why they shooting people?
That's a pattern of behavior at that point.
Yes.
I know a woman who did 10 years and it was something like that. She didn't do it, but the other people did. She was with them. She did years. They got a lot longer sentence, but she still got 10 years for that. Now, I'm talking that type of situations, I wasn't even covering that. I'm only talking about the stuff that
you're saying violent offenses only.
Violent offenses. And that 3rd violent offense, if you want change to happen, you have to be willing to change something, right? You can't continue to baby violent offenders by letting them go home. Like you see all these carjackers on TV, and Illinois released them to their parents, right? In Texas, it's different. Like I said, I was up with 15, 16-year-olds in Texas, got 50 years, 60 years. I was locked up with a guy who got 65 years for a home invasion because they went to this house and they tied these people up and they stole their shit. Texas don't play that. Illinois shouldn't play that either, because once you give them a smack on the wrist 30 times, guess what? They're gonna do it 31, 32.
Right. Right. And when they know that's just like you know you're gonna get in trouble for real.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna do it no more.
Do it. And
you gonna find something else to do it. And the ones that do it, shit.
Bye. The ones who do it, bye. Yeah, go on.
3 strikes would definitely work in Illinois as far as violent crimes, but when it comes to anything else, but Illinois, you couldn't trust 3 strikes with the police. Like now that we know what the police do.
Yeah, but our community, we been new. We knew it.
Well, now that it's publicized more. Yeah. Now that it's recorded and it's shared worldwide.
Yeah.
That is true.
You know what's funny? A lot of white folks still don't believe it, even though the camera
of course,
still don't. Yeah.
Of course, because that doesn't exist in their world. That's not something they worry about.
It's not just white people that believe that it don't exist. We have some black people that feel that something went on past that camera, that they feel it was something that didn't show up.
They were like, well, what did he do before then? It doesn't really matter at that point because
every color. That's all.
Yeah, that's all it is. Weaponize your skin color.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well, thank you, Ms. Keisha Key. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Gary Norman. So do anyone else have anything to add or take from that? Okay. It looks like everybody is good on it. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Gary.
Oh, you're welcome.
All righty. Okay. Next, we have Miss Camille. She found her way back to us.
I did.
Hey,
I was
sweetie.
like, oh my God, what's going on?
I know. I see your text message. I'm like, okay, she gonna come in. Okay. All right. So how you feeling?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. I love that top. Oh, yes, you is bringing it. And your hair. Yes, girl. Where you get that top
from? My best friend, she has a boutique. It's called Soigné Vogue. She has it online, so it's all online. You order, and she has it shipped to you, or she can, depending on how far you stay, she can have it delivered.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay.
Yeah.
What you say his name is?
Her site is it's www.Soigné Vogue. So Soigné is spelled SOIGNE.
Okay.
Boutique.com.
Let me see the fly. You got that. I see you got the fly. You ready?
Yeah, she got her quality of clothing is great.
I'm liking this top you got going on here. I think I need that. Yes, honey. Bring it all. Okay. So let's go to you. Okay. So your first question is, okay, so God forbid something was to happen to your mother and she falls sick and was not able to fully take care of herself. would she be able to come and stay with you, or will you give her extended care in her own home?
For me, if that happened, I'm going to take care of my mother. Whether I have to make some arrangements as far as paying someone, to come in to help with the care until I'm able to do so, because I know, we all have our own things going on with our own family as well. But me personally, I'm going to take care of my mother.
Mhm.
The song by Tupac, Dear Mama, that's me all day long. I can't pay you back, but I can definitely show you much appreciation on the sacrifice that you did for me. So yes, I will definitely take care of my mom.
Okay, so you'll bring her into your house and fully take care of her?
Yes, I will probably bring her to my home. And because I still have to work and I still have to take care of, family situations, I will also pay for someone to come in when I can't be here.
Okay. All right. Do anyone else have anything? Do anybody mother can't come stay with them? Look, I'm just asking because we have some people that feel like, okay, so how sick is she? Okay, so how much of me? Okay, so can she stay at home? Or these I'm not trying to shake no tables. I'm not, but I do know people that will do that. And I do know people that will run straight to their rescue. You know what I'm saying? I have people in my family that will come straight to their mother's rescue and take care of them. I myself will definitely, she'll be right on the side of me, face below. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But some people don't have that. Some people feel like, they didn't have the connection with their mother growing up, and they feel that they don't want to do anything pertaining to any of that. They would rather throw money at the situation.
Right.
And we have people that throw money at the situation and feel that it's okay because that's their heart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we have to just, girl, yes. Okay, so everybody on my panel have beautiful hearts to their parents.
That's a good thing.
Their parents. Yay, my panel, great. I love it. Thank you. I'm so glad nobody jumped on here was like,
not me.
girl. Okay, so your next question is, because you are a beautiful single mom of a 17-year-old young man, Black, do you feel that you and your child's father should have the talk with him about the police, or do you feel that he should have it just with the father?
I feel we both should have that conversation with him, because what I don't know, like, I'm not out in the street like that, but as far as the stuff like getting pulled over by the police, what you should do when you get pulled over, I can have that type of conversation, with him. But with his dad can go into detail as far as with the streets and other things that go on. So I feel that we both should have that conversation. I do think that he's probably much more comfortable talking with his dad as far as the police things, because it seems like it's just our young men that's kind of, even though these girls is a little rough now too, the guys, they go through much more. So yes. I feel we both should have that conversation, though I feel he'll be more comfortable with his dad having the conversation. But I feel we leave the door open and he can talk to either one. So
okay. So did you guys have that conversation already?
We did.
How old was he?
At that time, he was probably around 10, because a lot of stuff was going on and he didn't know. He kept saying, well, can you really trust the police? So he had started to ask those type of questions where I was looking at it like, yeah, you can trust the police. And my son father, like, just because you have family members that's police officers, everybody is not the same. So you can't just tell him, yeah, he can trust the police. You have to, tell him things, what he needs to do when he comes in contact with the police because all police ain't good ones, you know. So yeah, he started off really young asking those questions about the police.
So he asked the questions at 10 and y'all sat down and talked to him at 10? Or he started, it was about 10?
He was about 10, and then once he got 13, we had the conversation again with him because now he's starting to go out and be with his friends and, you know, things of that nature. So, you know, you kind of got to hit on it every so often.
I was just about to ask you, how often do you, because, you know, I got all girls and, you know, the talk is a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a talk with my oldest, but it's a different talk, I would say, if I was to have a boy. So how often would you say that you need to reiterate the talk to our young men?
Right. So I did it at 10. We did it at 13. We getting ready to do it again because now he can be charged as an adult if he do anything that's, you know. So now it's time to have that conversation again, which he pretty much knows already because his dad kind of had a background. So he's not new to it. You know, he knows what can happen if you do this. So yeah, we're getting ready to have that conversation again. And then we'll probably have it again, you know, when he hits 21. And then at that point, you know, you pretty much on your own and, you know, look, let me stay out the way. If this don't look right, let me move around. Because like I tell him, you can't follow up behind everybody. Yes. And all friends, you know, they could be your friends, but some of them can be, but you have to know, look, friend, I ain't with you with that, you know. So if you go do that, I gotta leave you. So don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to tell your friend that's not the right thing, you know, that's not the right thing to do or anything. So he has that mindset already. I could tell that he's more of a leader than a follower.
Praise God.
Yeah, so
that's what's up. Hey, baby. Woo! When it's natural, your mind and your heart be a little bit at ease when it's natural that they have it. Okay, so do anybody have anything to give or take from the comments that she made? Nope. Oh, all right. Yes, sir.
I agree. Okay. As long as he knows right from wrong, he'll be all right.
Right.
Because that's all it's about. Just what's right. You know what's right and wrong at 13 years old.
Yeah.
You know, if your boy got that pistol to go rob that candy store, you got a pocket full of candy. You know what I mean? You like
right.
So yeah, so I definitely understand because I didn't I was an interesting kid and shit. You know, I had family out west, and we would go out west when I was a kid, and I'd lose my mind and shit because, you know, it was just different. You know, I did. You know, West Side motherfuckers different. But you know, I love the West Side. You know,
yeah, it's some good people on the West Side.
I'm not trying to be funny, but man, that's what introduced me to Vice Lord, the West Side.
Right.
What? I ain't lying.
You are not.
Yeah. So you know, but even though I started going a different way, it was funny because I had good kids. I had two sets of friends.
Yes.
Good friends.
And you got the bad ones, right?
Then I had the bad ones were on a whole nother level bad. Like them niggas was crazy. Like, no, I'm dead ass. I'm not. This ain't no jokes and shit. I have friends that they'd kill a motherfucker on the next block, and then we'd go to the candy store up the street. Like I had some interesting friends. Like a lot of them dead in jail right now because they went all the way to that side.
Right.
So, but me, I never went that bullshit. And let's go do. No, I didn't. I sold dope and shit.
Right.
And that, like, you know what I'm saying. But I never robbed nobody. I never broke no house. I never carjacked. I never did that. I mean, I'm not perfect, but I wasn't going out there hurting people unless you with me, and that's a whole nother story.
Right.
Yeah, but other than that, no. So I get it. I knew that when I had them friends who wanted to go do XYZ, you know.
Right.
And then what I did was I cut my hangout time down a lot with once I got to the game thing, I just cut. Once I start cutting that down, all the drama was, damn near non-existent
Right.
until, until people try to come and I still dope, but it wasn't no gang thing. That was just a money thing,
Money.
Mhm.
But I didn't. I get it. As long as your son know right from wrong, he gonna be all right.
Yeah, I got an older cousin that I talk to. I be seeing he like my brother, but he always be like, girl, your son, he ain't gave you no problems at 13, 14. You pretty much good. He like, cause my mom probably had 12 full of gray hair by the time I got 17.
Yeah.
So I always look at that and I'll be like, yeah, you're right. He really ain't never gave me no trouble like that. But we want to try to remind him because I know this new age,
Yeah.
they got to do certain things to get recognized certain ways. You ain't got to do that if you be yourself. People gonna look at you because you being yourself. Like, oh, he a little different. It's okay to be different. So I let them know that it's okay to be unique. If they don't think you the same, that's fine. So we have to stress to our children that it's okay to be different and unique. It's okay. You ain't got to do what everybody doing on the block. Go that way if you feel like it,
And as much as they say that being different now is cool, we still have people our young adults that's still trying to jump on the bandwagon with stuff to try to make it seem like they different, or they trying to be different, so different that they actually lose themselves. So it's All right. Thank you, Mr. Gary. All right. Thank you so much, Miss Camille. I appreciate it so very much. Great answers.
All right. Thank you, Miss Biscuit.
All right. So now we have Ms. Lisa. Hey. Oh, you gotta unmute. You gotta, because I can't unmute for you. Okay. Hey.
Hi, how are you, Miss Thickness? What's going on?
I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm great. I'm doing good. I'm a little nervous.
I like your outfit. Why? I like your outfit.
Thank you. It was inspired by none other than Miss Danae Jackson. Derek Jackson's wife. She showed us women that it's okay. It's okay to come on social media and not be glammed up. You could just come on here and not give a fuck. Just be so she inspired me to throw on my body, and I ain't got to comb my hair, but you ain't gonna see my hair not comb. And just throw on a little sweatshirt, throw on your glasses so I can see who I'm talking to. There you go. Okay.
All of this. Yes. Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. I love it though. I actually really love it. Okay. So we're gonna jump right in there. Huh?
I'm comfortable, I'm cozy.
I'm with you. I see. And the inspiration behind it is interesting as well. I mean, yes. Somebody tag me on Instagram so they can see this. Okay. So we're going to jump right in there with your questions. Okay, sweetie?
Okay.
All right. So you being the person you are, that are, people might not know this. I do know this, that you are a very loving person. You want to make sure that people love themselves. And I love it. Man, I can't wait till you put more videos on your YouTube channel. But your question is, do you feel that people are most happy when they're with a significant other versus being single? Why or why not?
People definitely feel more happy when they're with a significant other. The pressure is on them to be in a relationship. Pretty much we're raised that way. Then we have influences from our peers, our friends, school, and the education system. So we're brainwashed growing up to think and believe that our happiness comes from someone else versus within. So we take the time in our lives to direct our energy and our
Yo, you saying some real good stuff that I need people to hear. You sound a little choppy.
Okay, is that better? I'm gonna come closer to the screen. I don't want to have my face all up here.
It's a beautiful face. Okay.
Okay, because y'all don't see through my gap and see my tonsils, but I don't care. But anyway,
Step back a little bit. I can hear you, but I'm just saying it's like a little choppy. Okay, say what you
Is
said
that
because
better?
I need. Yes, it's better. I need people to hear this because I am
Okay.
all for it.
So basically, we're raised in a society that makes us think and feel that we have to be with somebody in order to be happy. And it comes from our household and our family, the peer pressure of our friends, and the educational system. We're brainwashed to believe that we have to put our efforts and our energy and our time chasing. No, we're not necessarily chasing, but this is what we end up doing. We end up chasing, but seeking a significant other to pour our greatness into another person so we can get happiness in return. And you don't have to do that. You don't have to be with someone else. You don't have to be married. You don't need a husband or a boyfriend or a significant other or a spouse or a partner to be happy. People spend so many years trying to get picked and chose. Pick me, pick me. This is why we get glammed up and we go all over our way to do things to seek someone else's attention. Pick and choose yourself.
Yes. Yes.
Pick and choose yourself. Love yourself. Be with yourself. Date yourself. Talk to yourself. You're not crazy. You're only crazy if there's a voice to answer yourself in your head. But so it's okay. And you don't have to spend time thinking about what somebody else is thinking about you, because what they think about you is not your problem.
It's not your problem.
Yeah, it's not your issue. It's not your concern what other people's thoughts are about you in their head. They can make it a problem if they try and project it onto you, but then you shut that down.
Yes, it is not your problem what people feel about you. Yes, girl. Woo! That's my favorite part. Okay. Do anyone have anything to add or take from this? Yes. Come on, Miss Keisha Key.
No, I like your answer. I think it was really good, but it was just one perspective because I feel like there's not pressure on women to be married. When you look at it, a lot of women are leading single family homes, and a lot of women now are business owners and, predominantly entrepreneurs. So what they're doing now, instead of chasing a man or putting the energy into the men, what they're doing is being like, hey, I'm okay being single. Because I think that personally, even if we sit back and look at the reflection, an unhappy person, whether they're committed or in a relationship or not, is still unhappy when they get in that relationship. So ultimately, if you're happy, you're just happy, whether you're by yourself or with another person. But when you're unhappy, you're still unhappy, but now you're sprinkling onto somebody else. So I don't think that, the idea is more so that you got to be in a relationship. I just think that the idea for people in general, we feed and grow off of human interaction. It may not be a relationship, but just the interaction, friends, work environment, children, grandparents, school. It's the interaction. But I don't think the relationship portion is like, hey, you better get married. You better find you somebody to be with. Because I didn't grow up hearing that. It was all like, hey, do what makes you happy. Do what you want to do. So a lot of my time I was able to put into me. So when I did meet somebody else and be with them, I knew who I was already.
Yes.
So somebody else couldn't affect my happiness.
I don't know your age, but I'll be 40. I'll be 40.
Okay.
My generation, because you look like you're 21. And so
No, I'm an older girl. Thank you though.
So I'm just saying that to say, yeah, now that it's a more modern society than it was when I was growing up, but we when I was growing up, we peers, people around me, we were taught that you need a man to be happy. I have relatives got married just to say I can have a husband, and they weren't happy, and now they're divorced. So there is a certain part or portion or percentage of people here in the world who are brain, especially in different cultures. Oh, but in our culture as Black women, yeah, now we have the resources, we have the motivation and drive for it. Now that we don't need somebody else to make us happy. We don't have to, but kind of growing up, yeah, we're kind of brainwashed to believe that you need to be married, or especially from the parents. And I'm gonna say something that people really don't think about, or it's never been discussed. I've never heard it discussed. But yeah, your friends, whoever else. But sometimes it's the parent who wants to marry their children off.
Yeah.
Because honestly speaking, that other significant other is gonna take the child off their hand. Because you'll have a parent who, okay, I'll take care of my child. I'll let my child live in my house. I'll pay my child's bills, even being grown. They'll still, but they'll rather, okay, go get married so you can have somebody else. And that responsibility is lifted up off of them. So you do have some parents out there that's, pressuring their kids to go get married, go seek somebody else, go be with somebody else just so they can have someone to take care of them. And now their hands are washed.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Do you feel like that applies more so to like faith-based, religious-based households, or just
everyone? Anyone who that situation applies to, and it's not limited to race, gender, or age. Just whoever that situation applies. Like with me, I'm not brainwashing my daughter or putting pressure on her to get married, get a significant other, because I want somebody else to take care of you. Now the pressure is off me. No, I've raised her to take care of herself, and now she really, if she chooses to be with a spouse, then that's fine. Yeah, we have faith in a higher being, but we just know that it's on the individual versus a group of people. It's individual based.
Yes, I agree. I do know also, just to add, no race, but I do think that mamas is with their sons when they don't raise them all the way right. And
come on with it now.
They want to like get rid of
them off on somebody else,
and they dump them off on somebody, and they dump them off on a person that's like really, really good. And then they be like, oh, and then they want to be their best friend and tell them, oh, I love the way you are with my son.
Like no, ma'am. Now. Yeah.
And then you have the mamas who don't want their son to go nowhere, don't want their son to move out the house, don't want their son to be in a relationship. Because I was with a boy. I was with a guy like this, who his mama, he said it himself. My mama thinks that I'm her husband. So when I was in a relationship with him, me and his mother was jealous of me and his relationship. And so she had an attitude. She tried to fight me, everything. Then what makes it worse, our birthday was 2 days apart. And of course, my birthday came first. So she's looking at all the stuff that he did for me. And he went out of his way to shower me with gifts and take me out on my birthday. Then when her birthday comes, of course, he doesn't do as much. I mean, you can't take your mama to the hotel for her birthday.
Well, God forbid.
Right.
You know, it's a saying for that. It's emotional incest. That's what they've classified that as.
What is it, girl?
Emotional incest, when a parent puts that emotional responsibility on a child to give them that feedback as if they're a spouse. Yeah, emotional incest.
Yeah. So that relationship.
So people know this real out here then.
Yeah. I just saw the phrase for that, like maybe in the last like 5 months. I said, wow, that's a thing. Now they can put a phrase on it, because that is real. I'm sure a lot of people encounter it.
Now it's the actual, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I didn't know it was a phrase.
I didn't either.
I just knew it was a situation.
Online. It's a familiar situation that everybody can share a story about because it's so common, unfortunately. Yeah.
Oh,
Gotta
y'all shaking
compete,
the table.
not competing with side chicks. You gotta compete with the man's mama.
The
And
mama,
the mama
baby, finna
really,
treat
you
you
not
like a side
competing.
chick, okay? She finna
Yeah,
act
you
like
not
you stole
competing.
her
It's the
husband,
mama
her
competing with you. The mama
husband,
competing with
her
you because you the
husband.
yeah, she looking at you like you the side chick and you the new bitch that came along. And this my
And she don't
man,
like
he
you.
ain't going nowhere.
Not
Uh-huh.
the
She don't
husband.
like
Wait,
you.
what is
And
it,
she
Keisha? The
a
husband?
husband. Yeah. Not a husband, a husband.
Girl, you gonna have people out here with some memes, girl.
I'm just saying because yeah,
It's real.
that's a terrible situation. That's so toxic. Like
It
Then
is
don't let
definitely.
them be single and unmarried. Oh, baby.
they almost always are though. Think about it.
Yeah, that's true. But what's sad
Yeah.
about my situation is my ex-boyfriend slash whatever he was, his mom was married and had a husband living in the house, raising children together, and yet he was jealous of our relationship.
You know what? I'm gonna say, like, okay, so in the case of them, you know, being married or whatever and still doing that, I believe that it's probably the favorite child and they're willing to say yes. So
Or
it's
the
like, okay,
oldest. It's
right,
some
or
kind of
the oldest,
manipulation there.
right.
Like
He
yeah, they
was the
went there to
favorite and the oldest. He
see.
was a
Yeah.
favorite and the oldest.
I don't believe that that's the issue. I like when a man goes and take care of their
It's
mother.
boundaries though. It's boundaries and it's healthy boundaries. So even if they are the closest, at that point when you venture off and you go to be with a woman and you create your own relationship, that's going to come to the beginning or top tier of your social needs and wants. It should be putting into that person, not that mom is always going to stay at the forefront, because if you're going to do all of that for her, where does the next person fit in? Now I'm not saying you can't be a good child and like assist and be there for your parents, because that's like a good quality in a person to be family oriented, but it has to stop somewhere, because there's no way
Yeah.
that a mother should compare the gifts that she gets on her birthday to what you get on your girlfriend. Girlfriend doing a little different things. Girlfriend doing stuff mama don't know nothing about, okay? So she got to stay in her place. She got to stay in her place.
What's
Because
that
if she,
TikTok? That TikTok be like, what you doing to my son? Do
do
you
you really want to know? Do you really want to know? That right there, Ma can't do that. She can't do it. She don't know how to do that, okay? She might throw her back out. So she got to chill. She got to know you put in some work for these gifts, okay? She
Yes,
got to chill. You ain't been over,
yes.
Miss Johnson, you ain't been over here bending over, okay? You got to relax. I got this bad because I've been bending over.
Right, exactly. Okay. Okay. Well, thank you, Miss Keisha, because we could do this all day. Yes, thank you so very much. All right. Okay. So, Miss Lisa, your next question is, okay, so do you feel that dating outside of your race is more frowned upon by men or women? And when I say frowned upon, I mean who looks at you sideways and have more comments, men or women?
Wow.
Well, not
So
you per se, but just in
yeah,
general,
yeah.
who do you, right?
In general, it seems like when I've experienced women being more vocal with their disapproval of interracial relationships.
Mm.
I've noticed that a lot of women I'm gonna say our women, black women, because I guess I don't hear that from other women's races, because I guess I can't relate, or they don't have I don't know. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I don't want to be politically incorrect, because I don't
Okay.
want to Hispanic women have a problem. But you know what? Yes, now I think about it, because I'm thinking back to our own situation when I've dated a Hispanic male and he took me out to a Hispanic neighborhood to a restaurant, and they were laughing and talking in their language, and I couldn't understand it. And he told me what they were saying, and he said that, oh my God, I can't believe he's kissing a black girl. So women do definitely frown upon. It's more frowned upon.
Wow.
And then I also want to say it's equal, but I don't know if there isn't somewhat of a balance that I've experienced, because when I actually dated interracially, I've experienced more hatred from black males, because I date men of all different races.
Wow.
So
So
I
me,
just
damn, that's kind of like fucked up. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a bit
it's,
much. Like,
I've dated men of all races. I have not dated all races, but I'm open to mostly all races. And I've dated
men
some,
be hating like that.
and it's the
I
guy,
would
it's the black man. It's the black man that gets
Oh.
upset with me because they see me with a white man, and they throw, like, matter of fact, it's a guy that we went to elementary school. Me and him used to be in a relationship. I'll mention his name later. But he has family members who never seen me in person, never talked to me, never had a conversation. Okay, fine. But they follow me on social media. After me and the guy that we went to school with, after we broke up, I was in an interracial relationship. I was with a white guy. You know, one of his relatives came in my DM, and I still got the DM, got receipts to this day. Come in my DM. I can't believe that you got with the white man. And I'm like, are you serious? You never spoke to me or said anything before. You don't know me. You're nobody. I'm nobody to you.
Wow.
But I get with the white man, and now you want to come in my DM.
And now
talking?
you got something to say to me. Wow.
Like, I have nothing to do with you or your lifestyle. My lifestyle does not affect you whatsoever. So why do you have an input or a comment or even a thought in your mind about what race I'm dating? And I don't understand what, and so what? Your cousin who I was with, he didn't treat me and do me right. If he would have treated me and did me right, matter of fact, he was talking about marriage, set a date, and everything. Didn't propose, but let it be known, oh, I want to marry you. Well, of course, that was all talk, but he didn't do what he was supposed to do to go forward with producing a marriage so that I wouldn't have to move on to an interracial relationship. So why should you have a problem with it? So it was like physically I've experienced the mouth towards me from men. Women have never said, and they of course give looks,
right.
but they weren't so bold to come in my face or say anything to me, message or however, about their disapproval of me being in an interracial relationship. It was mainly men doing that. But I just hear women speak on it because there's so many of our guys. There's a shortage of black men. There's a shortage of black men. There is. So when we see, this is my opinion. I don't mind if a black man dates a white woman or any other woman. I believe in happiness. Whoever makes you happy, it shouldn't be limited to that person's color.
I don't see color with love. When it's love, I don't see color at all. But see, the thing is with that is that it's stereotypes. So people feel like they want to carry on the stereotype when they see an interracial couple dating. I myself, I do not. If I see that a person genuinely loves somebody, that's all I see is love. But everybody is not that mature when it comes to that, because it's I mean, even if it wasn't 2021, like, love is love, period.
Yeah, exactly. Sure is. It has nothing to do with race. It has nothing to do with that. That's why I don't discriminate. I mean, if there were more African American and African people of our color who was more interested in me, maybe if there were more men, black men, that weren't going after white women, I would have more chance or more choice of getting with a black man. If there was more of our men that were more interested in being with a woman rather than being with another man, I would have more of an opportunity to be with a black man.
You shaking the table again.
I'm just saying, like, I have no choice but to date interracially. And it's not, of course, everyone has their own faults and flaws. But outside of my faults and flaws, there's also just a shortage of African American men. We're already the minority in the United States. We're already that. Then women outnumber men. For every 3 women, there's 1 man. So there's already a shortage of men statistically. Then you have the men, and I'm just going to touch on a sensitive topic, that are not only getting killed by police officers, by other people, but our own people. They're getting killed off in masses, not just a couple of here, a couple of there. So, and then you have the ones that's incarcerated. So when you think about all those numbers, it slims down and it makes the number of available black men little to none. So what other choice do I have? I'm just supposed to be by myself the rest of my life, not go out, not have fun, enjoy an experience? No, I'm gonna definitely experience with somebody of another race and somebody of another race is going to show me things that someone in my race doesn't show me because they're not open to those opportunities and ideas and those experiences. And I'm all for that.
Yeah, and I think that a lot of people feel that people run to another race. I don't feel like people run to another race. I feel that if I'm looking for a particular person and that particular person or aura or whatever person is not checking for me, but a different race is checking for me, then why should I not, be interested at that and see what that can do versus just sitting back saying, oh no, I couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So I totally agree. Do anybody have anything to take or give to this? No, everybody's giving it. Okay. I got one. Okay, Keisha Key, did you, or was you
I
giving
think that it became something to defend when people start making a joke about it as if, well, I'm dating this race because this one couldn't cut it, instead of just saying like, hey, preference, this is what I
Yes.
like right now, this is where I'm at. So it became like highlighting one race and then putting down the other one.
Yes.
Like we've seen the meme like, oh, when I start dating a white person, know that I try with you coloreds. I'm sure y'all have seen that. I've seen it a lot
Yes.
online. So it's like
Yes.
at this point, if you're going to date who you're going to date, go for it. But that doesn't mean you trample somebody else's race in the process. And that's the problem.
That's the
You see
problem.
people highlighting like, oh, white men don't do this and that's what black men do, or white women do this and black women don't. It's become something where they pit races
Self-hate.
against one another instead of just saying
Yeah.
like, hey, I like this is what I like right now, I'm open to this. And a
Yes.
preference, it doesn't really have anything to do with here or there, because you can find bad and good in everyone, but to just make it an issue like, no, we mess with the white girls because they're superior, it's like, no, just say that's what you like and
Let's
leave
just
it at
say
that.
what you like and leave it at
Yeah,
that. Don't
that's
say,
it.
and that's it. Just cut it.
And as an interracial dater, I can tell you now that men of other race are definitely no different or better than ours.
Exactly.
Period.
Exactly.
Okay.
They're all the same. They are all the
It
same.
comes
When it
down to
comes
the
down,
individual.
yep, they're all the same. So there's no other race superior upon the next. We all eat, sleep, breathe, shit, fart, fuck. We all do the same shit. We all get mad. We all get hurt. Everyone is the same. So I don't even understand why racism even exists. It's like, it's absurd.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
We're
Yes.
all talented. We're all gifted. We all bring something special to the world.
Yes.
And then we all have bad people in our own race too.
Yes.
So no one's better or worse than the next. We're all unique. We're all special. This is why I want to go out there and experience what's unique and special about others as well as my own. And I'm not one of them black women who, I don't like black men. They've hurt me so much. No, I was raised by a great black man. I was close to my dad. I got a strong, powerful king who raised me. And so by a king teaching me everything that I know and raising me and bringing me up and instilling knowledge and morality into me, I know that it's out there amongst our other black kings. I just haven't matched with the person who I want to spend the rest of my life with. And that's fine.
Yes.
But just because I date other races does not mean that I look down on my other. There are people like Miss Keisha said that are looking down on other people, because you got it's a guy right now who's bashing Kendra G because of her status in life, and he's probably has some issues with being raised by someone who didn't teach him right. So he looks at us.
It's always a trigger down. It's never that somebody just wake up and say, oh, I'm going to do this. It was always something of some type of hatred that you want to bring out and make the world hate too.
Yeah, and you're traumatized because of your experiences. So you put your experiences off onto us. You put that off to us, and that's not who we are. And I've had positive experiences with black men, and this is why I'm still open to seeing them and dating them and their beautiful bodies and minds and hearts and souls, spirits and
yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Keisha Key. And thank you so very much, Miss Lisa. I really, really appreciate your answers to your questions. Thank you.
You are so welcome. I also want to let everybody know that I am the assistant to Desiree. She has her own home care line products, such as this is an eyeliner pencil, but it's an adhesive for lashes. So
Oh,
it's
that's
a lash
pretty.
pen. Yeah, it's a lash pen. So all you got to do is draw it on like eyeliner, then stick your lash. Anyways, the website is glamobsession.com. So I'm the assistant to Ms. Desiree who owns glamobsession.com. So I give her ideas and insights on different products, such as like, remember Now and Later? Do you remember the candy Now and Later? Do you remember the smell of it?
Yes.
So she makes a shea butter that smells, that scents it just like the Now and Later candy. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay, can you type that in the bottom?
I will. I definitely will. But I just want to put out there, yeah. So stuff like this, lashes. Yep. Get you some lashes.
Love
Put them
it.
onto that pen and lip gloss, all types of things. Just go to the website, glamobsession.com, and check it out.
Glamobsession.com and check it out. Thank you so
Yeah,
very
look at all
much.
the glamorous stuff to make you beautiful. Even like if y'all see the glow on my face, I have on no makeup. All I did was just use a beauty bar to wash my face. I did that after I got a phone. Put the beauty bar and it gives you that glow. And I'm glowing. Just
And
like
you do.
Miss Danae.
Bye. Thank you.
All right.
All right, you guys. Our next guest is our very own Mr. Stringer Harris, business owner of Be Protected. Hello, sir.
Hey, how y'all
Oh, you
doing?
got to mute off. I'm good. I'm glad you made so much time for me. This is perfect. I feel so blessed.
It felt like this was like a episode of Ricky Lake.
Not Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky.
I
Not
didn't
Lord,
know you.
Ricky. This is Ricky Lake all day. I'm glad.
Well, I mean, I like
I'm-
Ricky Lake.
I did too. I'm glad you invited me. I'm glad to be here. I listened. I wanted to comment on some of the things, but I didn't want to.
You can comment now. Is there anything you want to say about anything?
I will. But I'm a. Oh man, it was just so much. Wow. Let's just throw the whole Bears team away. Let's just burn it down. Soldier Field, let's just burn it down. You know, Virginia is a racist old white lady, and it is what it is. And that team will never be shit, anything until the organization changed from the front office. So that's that. Shout out to my boy James, man. What up, James? We watching the Bears game virtually online sometimes. So yeah, man, the Bears are who we thought they were. What else? The jail system. The jail system wasn't built for us. It never has been built for us. As far as winning, the jail system was to put us in there. If we go all the way back to when slavery stopped, that's when mass incarceration started. Because what happened was you can go in there and steal a sandwich, and you was doing 3 to 5 years. That's right after slavery ended. So those are the type of things that happen. I'm not a fan of the Biden administration with Joe Biden, Camila, whatever her name is, because those are the people who started mass incarcerations. The Clintons, all the people who signed that bill for the 3 strikes are the same people that's leading the office right now. Do I agree with 3 strikes? Hell no. No, I don't agree with 3 strikes, period, on any aspect. I agree with rehabilitation. I believe that what you do at 16, you shouldn't be doing at the age of 25. But that comes with a mental mindset. That comes with changing sometimes your product of your environment. I'm not a strong believer in just because you grew up in the projects, you're a bad person. I'm not a believer that just because you grew up in the south suburbs in a $300,000, $400,000 house, you are a good person. That don't nah. It's all a mental mindset. Everybody in this world has now PTSD. I don't care who you are. We all have mental illness issues that we have to deal with every night.
It's real.
Night. And it's one of them things that's kind of tough because it's like, yo, it's not getting better. Like as we was kids and stuff like that, we thought things were getting better. Like, oh, okay, cool. One of the worst things that happened for me, I think, was segregation. I think Martin Luther King would have just shut the hell up. Let us have our own water fountain. Let us have our own banks. Let us have our own stores. Why do I need what them white folks got? I don't need it. Let me have what we got and let them keep what they got, and we go to our schools. And I went to HBC school. I went to Mississippi Valley State. That was one of the best things that ever happened to me because I learned so much about my history that a Purdue, a U of I will never be able to teach me. Never be able to teach me. I love watching professors that look like me tell me about things that I need to know. And it's so about my history that, again, people, every year I put on my page about who was really the first Black woman to be arrested on the bus for not giving up her seat. And it wasn't Rosa Parks.
Correct.
So a lot of people don't know that. So if you're going to teach your kids about Black history, give them facts. Let them know Rosa Parks ain't it, but she got a ton of schools. So forget the first lady, Miss Thurman, who really paved the way. She don't have no schools. So we pick and choose what we want to, solidify and hold up and salute and things like that. Going back to touch that rehabilitation thing, I do think people can change. I do think, certain crimes, it is, murder, abusing children. Those are things that, yeah, you definitely need to do time. Do I think you need to do life for it? It all depends on your mindset. I can't tell you that, this kid who was 16 years old who went and killed 3 people in the house because he robbed the place. The guy was there and he robbed them and he killed them. Yes, a family lost their family, but that family now is about to lose their family because now he goes to jail for the rest of his life. I somehow feel like if we can change his mindset of why he did that, and again, it don't happen over 2 years. I'm not saying, oh, he get a slap on the wrist. No. He do time. He might do 25 years. But to keep him locked up for the rest of his life, that's a little tough for me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I do feel like some people, not all people, but some people can change. That's just like Gary was on here. Whatever Gary went to jail for, he's not doing that shit no more. What if they gave him life for it? He'd be fucked up. Excuse me. Can I curse?
You can.
All right. He'd be messed up. I'm sorry. I thought this was the podcast on satellite.
No, yes, you can. No, you can.
But if Gary had to do time, like Gary seemed like, hey, he don't sell drugs no more. I don't know. He might sell reefer or crack. I don't know. But it seemed like whatever sent him to jail. Some people go to jail 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Again, if you are an habitual offender, yes, something has to be done. You know what I'm saying? But to sit here and be like, okay, Johnny didn't stole. Hold on 1 second. Just because Johnny sat there and broke into this house, he didn't hurt nobody. He stole something. Again, I don't believe in. Maybe back in the day, people don't steal necessarily for survival anymore. People steal to benefit, to buy drugs, to buy whatever they want to buy. I don't think anybody is just stealing because it's a survival. Oh, I gotta steal this to survive. Because I know Walmart got that self-checkout, and I steal. And I got money in my pocket. I steal. I buy one, I get 2 free. It ain't for survival, it's because of opportunity. That's it. I'm just gonna be honest. Yeah, I steal at Walmart. I said what I said. The one good thing, damn it, I'm asking God to bless me. I'm not who I used to be. I used to steal a lot, but now I just steal a little bit. So what? You can judge me. I don't care.
They gonna judge anyway, so it don't even matter.
Anyway, so going to and again, I'm trying to hit everything that I can remember real quick.
We got you. Go ahead.
No, I'm not gonna be long. I've been on. No, this was entire. No, no. When she talked about dating outside the race, that's a little touchy for me. I feel like one of the things that we do have is our race, and once you start, and especially young Black women, once you start dating outside that race, you stop our race. You now stop the Black boy. Now he's interracial. Now he's mixed. I love Black women. I would never, and this is just me, I would never date a white woman. I don't care how nice she is. I don't care what she do for me. It's too many Black women out here that are great. So I'm not gonna date. I don't care. You can't tell. It can be I can date 10 Black women that cheated on me, did all this to me. I'm still not going to the other side because I understand what we had to go through. Our ancestors with the white man raping our man. What? Again, that's a whole nother story. I'm good. Just like we will never be. Just like you date that white man, his family won't accept you ever. His grandfather don't love you. His grandfather will never look at you like you look at him. Just because of the racism that lines way before we were born. Like, nah, man, I'm good on that. I don't want my son or my daughter to have to figure out, oh, am I Black or white? What do I put down on there? Or kids teasing her. No. And again, I get it. You just love whoever you love. But it's enough Black women out here for me to love Black women. Going with the police officers, teaching your kids to be safe when they get pulled over. Again, I hate that we even have to have this conversation. I was in for 9 years, but this is something that white people can't even fathom of teaching or talking to their kids about how when the police is behind you, don't move too much, don't stay in the white lines, and if they pull you over, keep your hands in plain sight. We see so many times, and we just saw it. Again, the world was a safer place when COVID was here because we was on lockdown. Soon we open up, these white MFers start shooting people again, start running up and shit. Like, it ain't us. Yeah, we kill each other all day. Yep, we do. And most of the times, these guys that shoot us, they know who they shoot. These white folks, they just going into parlors, shooting up whoever they're, kids, women, children. They don't care. They just shoot. That's a problem for me. And again, this white man that went up in that parlor, he got brought out of handcuffs. Us, again, we don't get that opportunity to get taken away in handcuffs and have a judge, a jury decide our fate. It don't work like that. Hold on 1 second. You can do your little talk now. Hold on.
You gonna say you can do your little talk now. Okay, so do anybody have anything to say about what he said? We're gonna wait till he come back on. Okay, wait. I'm sorry. Okay, so we're gonna go with the first person that raised their hand. Did you raise your hand, Mr. Punisher? I thought you raised your hand.
I didn't raise my hand. I didn't raise my hand. But hey, bro, nice to see you. I want to say that hair grew back just fine, dog. Just fine. And I'm out.
Okay. I thought he had raised his hand. Okay. I know Gary was waving at me like 25 going north. Go ahead, Gary. I'm listening.
Yeah, that was a while ago. I what he was saying, I forgot what he said, but I agreed with what he was saying at that time. Listen, I forgot what it was.
Oh, my bad. You was waving like this. You kept doing it like this. I was like, okay, here I come.
Black women point. It's yeah, because and he didn't know what I went to prison for. I was telling him I went possession with intent to deliver over 411 grams. And I got caught in Texas, and I did 9 years, 11 months, 12 days in Texas. So I wasn't I admit, like Texas law is totally different. Like, uh, they, how here in Chicago, carjacking every again and do it again. In Texas, they put a stop to it. Eventually, I, I don't feel every crime deserves 3 strikes you out, but I do feel like those more violent, like I mentioned, the guy I was locked up with who killed 3 people in a home invasion. That and speaking, and I'm only speaking from the victim side because I put myself in both. I think on both lines. As a victim, I would not want to see you get out of prison because my loved one that you took can never. I've never seen somebody come home from the cemetery, but I see him come home from prison. I feel like if you took my loved one and they never get a chance to come home, they never get a chance to hug me, kiss me again, walk me to school, see me get married. I feel like your life should be forfeited just like you forfeited that life of somebody's loved one. That's why I always say the violent offenders, 3 strikes you out. Now, if it's a petty crime, I get it. Home invasion, I get it. But if you continue to exhibit violent behavior, it's going to turn into a murder eventually because you can't allow somebody to keep robbing the man up the street, carjacking, pistoling people, doing all this violent stuff and not expect it to end in death one day. So, and I've seen both sides of the prison system inside of college. I was at SIU. I wanted to go to Graham, the good and the bad, but unfortunately, there are a lot of bad people in this world. And just because your mama didn't hug you, that doesn't give you a right to hurt other people. Doesn't give you a right.
Let me ask you a question, Gary. Have you seen a murderer released from the penitentiary and his life be changed?
That's a good question. Murderers, a couple of them haven't come home yet.
So
I can't say.
So you don't know
No, I'm
anybody
not saying your
who's
life can't change.
Because
No,
I'm at the point like I know a guy. I know a few guys who went to jail for over 25 years, came home off of murder,
right?
And they're totally different. They're totally like you would have never expected they went to jail for murder. You know what I'm saying? They do a lot for the community as well. They give back. I agree. Like, it's one of those situations where I tell a lot of people, especially by being a national community activist that I am, I tell a lot of people who don't support certain things, it doesn't affect you until it happens to you, right? Now, I'm a strong believer in also, is like I said, the rehabilitation part is, you should be tried by a judge, a jury, whoever, and sentenced to the crime that you commit. Although you should have a chance if some sane people or your peers feel like you have been rehabilitated by the judicial system, by the penitentiary. Like, again, I don't know what it is now in jail. I know they took libraries away. I know they took a lot of stuff away. But I feel like, a lot of people, they go to religion when they get in jail. They never been in religion before. But everybody that come out of jail, they Muhammad now. So maybe if they can go under the Nation of Islam, that might make them a better person coming out of the system. So I don't want to punish somebody. And yes, this family is punished for the rest of their life. I get it. They lost a loved one due to the senseless act of someone else. But you know what? I ain't God. And only God gonna judge him when it's time for him to go. So, his blood ain't on my hands.
Yes.
And I forgive him for killing my people. Like, I have to. I got to. I gotta forgive him.
On
but
earth,
when it's time for him to go see God or whatever,
I don't.
So you don't forgive. You won't forgive him.
Now I feel you. Some people don't like that. Go ahead.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
I don't.
Gary, we losing you.
Yeah, Gary's stuck.
Yeah, he's stuck.
Yeah, Gary's
Oh.
stuck. Like he out west on
Hold
that
on.
fitness.
Okay, you back, Gary, or no?
Oh nah, Gary
He
out.
out. Yeah, Gary out.
No,
Nah,
wait,
nah,
hey.
Get out of there.
Am I
Well,
back?
tell me, Gary. We see you stuck. Tell me what's up. I'm with you.
Am I stuck now?
Just go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Oh no, I'm different. I don't subscribe to the I forgive part because I feel like that came along when white America introduced religion to the slaves, right? They want the slaves to be humble, docile. They didn't want the slaves to attack the slave owners. So that's why they introduced certain parts, right? So I get it. Some people are with the I forgive. I don't. If you take my daughter, I'm killing your family. That's just me. I'm not gonna lie and say I forgive because I won't.
So Gary, let me ask you something. You said you were selling what type of drugs?
I sold everything. I sold weed, coke, and powder. Weed, powder, and crack. I just didn't sell heroin.
Go ahead, Stringer, ask him because I was finna ask him too.
So you don't think your drugs killed anybody?
Oh, definitely. I'm sure. But did I? My thing is when I got arrested in Texas, my crime was considered a victimless crime. They got victimless crime. No, I'm just saying what it went under because certain crimes got you more time. See, I never got locked up in Illinois, so I can only speak on how it went in Texas. Certain crimes got you a stiffer sentence. In Texas, anything aggravated meant it was a violent offense, right?
Right.
My offense. Go ahead.
I understand what your offense was. It could have been a misdemeanor.
Technicality.
Because of the amount of drugs that you had on you. But what I'm saying is just because of the amount, just because of the charge.
I know. Yeah, definitely.
Your drug of choice put people in a coma.
I get that. But
so
we're talking about something totally different. You're talking about the specifics on law and what I was charged with. I'm talking about people who literally go in and blow somebody's brains out. That's what we're talking about.
We're talking
violent
about crime. But we're talking about people hurting people, though, Gary.
No. Her question was, do I believe when she asked about 3 strikes you out, right? And my example was, and I still say this for violent offenders. That's what I said.
No. We talking about
the death thing. Okay, so listen. Okay, so what Gary is basically saying is that he feels that the way his crime was basically set, it was not a violent
I did my time.
Right. He did his time, and his time was.
I did.
But it wasn't a violent offense in his mind. But what Stringer is saying is that you're saying that you would not forgive somebody because you feel like the white man introduced us to religion, which made us feel like we supposed to humble ourselves about right. But at the end of the day, you're saying you don't believe in forgiving people that intend to do wrong. The thing is that when you have a certain amount of drugs and you sell them to somebody, no matter if it's that point in their brain to say, take this much or this much, your intention was to get money. Your intention was not to go and kill somebody. That's what you're saying. But at the end of the day, that person that have that gun that go in that store, their intention is just to get money because they got to eat. Their intention was not for that gun to go off and they kill somebody. A person that you probably is not going to forgive. So is we correct?
Yeah, if you kill anybody in my family, no, I'm not, and I'm proud to say that.
Right.
No,
I mean, but you have your opinion.
No. Yeah, definitely not. And but my thing as far as my crime, guess what? I did my time. I did the time that they opposed that the sentence that they gave me. I did 9 years, 11 months, and 12 days. I did mine. So my thing is, if you commit a murder, your sentence is higher than your punishment is higher than mine. Right, and in some
but that's just a technicality, though, because at the end of the day, if they was to change it and say that yours was an attempt to murder because of the amount that you had, then it wouldn't be that.
Yeah, it wouldn't be that. But we could talk ifs all day.
Yeah, if it was
we could talk ifs. We could talk ifs all day long, right?
Right.
My thing
is,
for anybody who, you know, say different, my thing is I did my time. I didn't bitch or moan or none of that. I did my time. But
So,
if you go out, go ahead,
so if
go
you
ahead, brother.
do your time, so let's say this guy that went and shot 3 people, killed them, judge give him 25. If he do his time, he should be able to get out, right?
Yeah, definitely. But her question was as far as the 3 strikes out, and my opinion is, yeah, it should be 3 strikes for violent offenders, and certain states have adopted that, and certain states are just stiffer on violent offenders than other states. That's all.
So violent. Let's say I go to a club, I get into a fight, I get arrested. Let's say I'm in a store, I get a fight, I get arrested. Let's say I get into a fight with my baby mama, whatever, my baby daddy, whatever, I get arrested. Are those my 3 strikes?
You know what? There's and that's another. That's those
right?
things.
Technicalities, right?
Hold on, no. Let me answer the question.
Go ahead.
Right? Those are. There's always different circumstances for different things. We can touch on a million different circumstances that will point us in a direction that we say, nah, he shouldn't go, she shouldn't go. I get that. I'm talking specific. I'm talking if you carjack this motherfucker, right? And then if you go pistol whip this motherfucker, right? And then if your 3rd time is you beat your baby mama up, you gotta go because your past history shows that you're an extremely violent individual, right? So, but if you were defending yourself because a motherfucker hit you in the head in the club with a bottle, you defending yourself. That shouldn't be a strike against you. You know why? Because you're defending yourself. If I gotta shoot this,
hit the guy in the head with the bottle though.
That's what
I'm talking about. What about the guy?
Yeah, I said if you're defending yourself, all those other what ifs the other stuff that shouldn't be. I get all of that. That's why I'm only talking specifics. I'm only talking about those who we know in our community who are extremely violent and have a violent history. If you reach that 3 strike plateau, you should be gone because guess what? You know who they're targeting? They're targeting me and you. It's my mama gotta watch her back at the gas station because this motherfucker been out 40 times on the same stuff. It's my aunt that gotta watch herself coming out of Jules. It's nobody else coming in our community doing this, right? So it's when they finally catch those violent offenders after they kill somebody and they post their record on the news, it's embarrassing. They've been arrested 1 million times, but yet they act like they don't know how to stop the violence. When California, who has LA got 1.something more million people than Chicago, but yet they had like 1/3 of the murders. They did that. It happened like that because they introduced the 3 strikes you out at one point. And what that does is it breaks the chain. Like, believe it or not, you have some violent people in our community who commit a bulk of the violent crime, a bulk of them. I got a friend of mine right now and locked up right now, right? 2 stories. In high school, him and his girlfriend was like peanut butter and jelly, right? You saw one, you saw the other. I think they were a class couple, but I can't remember. Anyway, dude was extremely violent, right? He killed somebody shooting at somebody else, never got caught. He shot the number of stuff he did that he did get caught for. He should have been away a long time ago, but never happened. After high school, maybe about a year or 2 after high school, they broke up. Him and his girlfriend broke up, right? This dude rides up on a bicycle and dome shots both of them over relationship shit. He in prison right now for the rest of his life because he couldn't take the fact that she moved on. He rode up on a bicycle and dome shot both. See, the chain has to be broken. And if we really want our community to get better, we have to be willing to make a change and sacrifice those who keep harming us. We have to, because I get it. There should be different job opportunities, different things that they should get into. But unfortunately, the bad element of our community, the bad guys, the ones who just want to do the shit they do, they not going to the after school community center projects, and they not doing that. They still on that gang shit, and they gonna be, because you do have some people who just, you know how they say you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people in our community. You can lead them the right way. Look, when I got out of prison, I said I was never going back. You know when I got out?
Gary, we can't hear you.
Here, my daughter's trying to call again. I got out June 3rd. I'm sorry, May 15th. May 15th, 2002. Right? I haven't seen handcuffs then. I made a decision when I came home. I was 20 when I went in. I was 30 when I came home. You know what I said?
I mean, you were scared. You were scared straight, and at that point,
no. It's not being scared straight. I had opportunities. My partners were still. We were moving. For us to be so young, we were moving a nice amount of weight. We had a connect in Florida. We had a connect in Texas. I could have did the same. It was right in front of me. If you want this, here you go. We got you. But you know what I said? Fuck that shit, man. Because I'm good. I'm good. I mean,
right, but that's because you were scared straight, because you had that mentality. Everybody don't.
I just didn't want to go back. I'm 30. I'm 30 years old, and I didn't want to go back. Prison ain't bad. It ain't as bad as you think. Prison don't scare shit. It's what I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, Gary, you want to go back? Gary, you want to go back?
Hell no. Let me tell you something.
All right, then. It gotta be bad. Listen, I like going back to good shit. I like going back to good shit. Hey, you can't sugarcoat prison. You can't sugarcoat prison at all, brother. Hey, you can't sugarcoat
it. Gary,
like this. You know how when you get out, I don't know if you ever been, but when you get out, it's always some guard and shit. It's always some guard and shit to tell you, yeah, you'll be back, right? It's always that. It's always a motherfucker say that. Man, I said, nigga, if you see me back in here, it's for murder. You know, I have to take care of my business. Other than that, I ain't never going back. Because guess what? You don't want to be in there with some dude who don't have the education. I went to college too. It's motherfuckers in there with less education than you, telling you to go to bed. Rag time, child time, when the piss and shit. Nah, hell no. No, some teenager. These motherfuckers be 19.
You said it ain't bad. You said it ain't bad.
He's saying,
what I'm saying is, no. She said, no. What I'm saying is, I don't use the term scared straight. I'm a grown ass man who made a life-changing decision to say, you know what, that dumb shit I was doing as a kid, I'm no longer a kid. I'm 30. Mm-hmm. I'm 30. There's nowhere in the world I was gonna get out and still do the same kid shit that got me locked up.
But see, that's the thing. What you just said right now is basically an example of what I'm saying when I say that what you do as a child, should you grow old and still have to deal with the punishment of that, because you just said you have changed it over. I understand it is your opinion and you feel that you will never forgive somebody about something, and you honestly feel that it's no coming back with offenders that have done violent crimes. But it's always a technicality on why somebody is out. And
right. There's and I agree, because there's always a technicality, right? Mm-hmm. Always.
Yes.
Always a technicality. But I'm speaking specifically about those real violent people in our community who commit violent crime after violent crime.
Well, stop saying our community. What community do you live in, Gary? Because you keep saying
no. I don't give a damn about the white man community. They not over here killing us. I'm talking about us.
Yeah, they are.
I'm talking about my community. People who look like me and you. I don't care what's going on. Yeah, in Chinatown. I don't give a damn what's going on in Chinatown. That's not affecting me.
Well, my community, I got about seven. I got seven white neighbors.
My cousins prom
I watch them just like I watch the black people.
Say, look, hold on. I don't have that. My cousin's prom date from high school just last month got carjacked in her own driveway. Yeah, she like 52. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna cut my throat.
Okay, right. So no, Gary, we understand what you're saying about the community and how it's our own people. I believe in you. We can go on and on about it. And you already know that me and you didn't have conversations, and I completely agree with like 75% of what you say. Completely. So I got you completely. Okay, so with that being said, okay, where Gary go? Okay, yes. Okay, so Mr. Stringer, you've touched on everybody's and you had your opinions. So now it's time for your questions. You ready?
All right, let's go.
Okay, all right. So now your first question is, Do age really matters when it comes to a relationship?
Yes.
Why or why not?
Maturity. The things that I did at 21 when I was dating a 34-year-old, I wasn't ready for that mentally. She had 3 kids. I basically had to become a father quick. And they had their own fathers, but you know they wouldn't like that. I was in-house dad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I wasn't prepared for that. If I could run into that same lady again at the age that I am now, whatever, you know, and of course she'd be the same age she was then. I would probably make a better companion.
You're a smash and dash.
Nah, we was together for 7 years.
No, I'm saying I'm saying now looking back, you would have just smashed the dash.
No, I'm not
I would have.
type of guy. You know,
3 kids at 21?
No. She had 3 kids at 34.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, at 34, right.
She was 34. I had no kids at the time. I had no kids. I had to become a dad to her kids quickly. So, she was a great woman. I didn't know. Again, I was in college. I didn't know what 401ks was. She had a great job at this place called Unicare with insurance, and she was making good money. She was making over $100,000, and I'm like, man, it didn't do nothing for me because again, I was going to school. I got out of school, started working with the sheriff's department, so I had my own money. It was just a lot of stuff that I didn't know then that I know now. But watching these older guys date these younger girls, you know, like R. Kelly. It's more so I feel like these older men need to control these young girls, man, and they do it a lot of times with money. They do it a lot of times with just you know, money. Yeah, money. Yeah, money. I ain't money because it ain't. I see it. Like, it ain't no reason this young girl should be with you unless you spending money on her. She don't love you. You know what I'm saying? She don't. She don't love you.
Okay, so do anybody have anything to add or take from the age difference in a relationship? Do people think that it's not age? It doesn't matter? Okay, we got one person. So you say that age doesn't matter? Okay, wait, you got to unmute. Okay, so you say, I'm sorry, what you say?
Age does.
Oh, you said, so you're agreeing. Okay, I thought you had something else to say. Okay, you were saying that it does matter, right?
It does. Oh, I'm sorry. I do agree. I agree that age does matter.
Okay.
You know, I have to date someone older than me just to get the maturity level that I want.
Okay. Oh. Okay, so you're saying, so yours is different. You're saying that age does matter. However, you were dating someone that was some years older than you because they were on your level. Okay.
Yeah, I had to go a couple of decades over.
A couple of decades? Oh my God. Okay. All right.
Well, I mean, you know, if I'm 20 and someone's 40, or if I'm 30 and someone's 50, if I'm 40 and someone's 60, you get what I'm saying?
Okay, Stringer, what they want?
What is that, Stringer?
He said want some money. You want some money?
Nah, I don't think that's the case with that. I think so. She's a very
open.
No. Depends on what we're talking about. Open.
Open-minded.
I believe you said that, you know, we don't need to be with women. Don't need to have no man no more, right? It's the
no, I'm not
saying that.
No. I said
She did not say that. She said self-love, and she said that we don't have to define ourselves by a relationship. Stringer. See, you see what
no.
me in here?
We don't need to be in a marriage to be happy.
Do you need to be in a relationship with a man?
I don't understand the question.
Do you need to be in a relationship with a man? Do you feel like a woman should be with a man?
Should be, like, meaning definitely should be.
I don't know.
Like, do you feel like a woman was put here to be with a man and vice versa?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, cool.
Yeah.
We're on the same page then. Good.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
what I'm saying, so the tolerance that I have is individual for a person. Like now, I can date a 20-year-old at 40, but the maturity is not there.
Why would
The
you
knowledge, the
Hold on.
life. Say that again.
Why would you date a 20-year-old?
Me personally, I wouldn't. But if the opportunity presented itself,
No, but
okay, I'm just saying then I wouldn't.
okay.
All I'm saying is there's an opportunity for me to do that. And because that opportunity is available and present for me to do that, I can. And if I do, then it's not even worth it because the maturity is not there.
Right. She
You
agrees with what you're saying.
I'm not saying you would date a 20-year-old, but you
Right.
can because I'm pretty sure there's a 20-year-old out there that want to throw it at you.
But he wouldn't do that though.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't either. But I can if I chose to. The choice is there.
The choice is there. All right, Ms. Lisa, we understand. The choice is there. Okay, we had somebody else. Oh, Keisha left. I don't know where she went. Did anybody else have something to say? Finger up? No. Yep. Okay. All right. All right. Yes. Go ahead, Mr. Punisher.
Booyah! I'm up in this bitch. Listen, I don't have no problem with dating a 20-year-old, 24-year-old. Like I said, maturity has to be there. I have met some 24, 25, 26 mature women that's way mature than 30 and 40-year-olds. Like, real talk. I sat and had a conversation like, wow, I'm like stunned. You got your eggs in a row, you pay your bills, your kids take care of, you make sure your kids eat, you got a roof over your head, you paying your car. Man, I have no problem with it. I have met some 24, a person I know now, she's got 24, she got her shit together, like for real. And she is like incognito said, throwing it at me. Like for real. I want to do it, but it's just that number stopping me. But I want to break that shit. I would date her. Like for real. I'm pushing forward to going ahead and saying yeah.
Once again, we go back to that number. You like, I want to do it, but that number stopping you. That number stopping you because at
It's
the end of the
morally
day,
wrong.
she might be all that. She might be that, a bag of chips with some Miracle Whip and on the bread, all that. But at the end of the day, your intellectual pulchritude, she won't be able to get on that level with you. You know, it might seem good right now, but you know,
Right.
you going down with her and all that other good stuff. She gonna listen, man. I'm a strong believer, and this is just me. It's always somebody out there better than me. Always. It's always somebody out there better than me. So James, you damn near 60 now. You know, you damn near 60, James. You know, she looking at your retirement funds, all that good shit. In her mind, it's gonna be a guy that's around her age that got the same thing you got. So you gotta ask yourself, or what I ask myself is, what's gonna keep her there with me when she can look at her future with a young nigga that can do the same thing this older dude can do, but maybe better, just because he's younger.
Hey.
I don't know. Again,
especially when this arthritis start kicking in.
Hey, this weather been changing. My back toe up right now, so yeah.
And plus, it's morally wrong. That's the reason why the age factor kicks on, because it's morally wrong in your mind, and you have morals. And when you have morals, that's what sticks up the antennas. So,
Cause I have girls that's 18. I'm like, man,
Yes.
a couple more years older than my
And that's
girls. So that's
If your
yeah.
kid can hang out with the woman that you talking to, Houston, we have a problem.
and that's where it come in at.
My man,
Like
exactly. That's
if
you're
your
right.
kids can sit there and hang out, and I'm not talking about do this, but I'm talking about they can really
Kick it.
kick it. Nah, I'm good on that. You know what I'm saying? And again, we getting older. I messed up, and like I said, I was 21 dating a 34-year-old, and I'm 40 now. I just turned 40, and I tell you this, man. Even up here where I work at, out here in these streets, man, these young girls can't do nothing for me, brother. Like nothing. I feel like, I feel like they stupid. Like I see them start twerking on, they like, ah! I'll be like, get your dumb ass. Like I'll be like, girl, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no 40-year-old lady that I hang around that I know over there twerking on the car. Like it's just a different. Let's go back to this key word, and we don't learn nothing else out of this 2 hours and 10 minutes mindset. It's a different
Right.
mindset.
It's a different mindset.
It. Like
Yes.
everybody on here, the young ladies, the two young ladies from us, the guys, we all have certain mindsets that made us who we are. And who we are, some of us see the glass half full, some of us see it half empty. It's just on your mindset. So, it's no right or wrong to me with, nothing. With this, it's just what I do with the answer. That would be a no from me.
Right.
That
Okay.
would be, she has to be at least 30.
Yeah.
At least 30, bruh. And
30.
you know what? She has to live on her own. She has to live on her own, man. I know some chicks right now that literally live with their mamas. And it's not because circumstances put them back at home. It's they just ain't left the nest.
They just ain't never left.
So you not finna come
At
in
home, bro.
my shit in order and you finna come and feel like you can freak on me and cook for me and all this other good stuff. And then, no, baby. I need to see that you can survive on your own. Because this right here, this don't
Right.
look like it all the time. And just in case shit get rough, I need to know that you can hustle.
That's
Because I ain't
true.
always had checks coming here. I hope I do. I hope God is good all the time. But let's say these checks stop coming in. I know how to get out here and I know how to hustle. I know how to
Yeah.
make money for myself. I know how to provide for my son. I know how to make shit. I need to know that she has to do that as well.
Right.
So at 28, she might continue to look at me, look for me to make things happen. As a provider for my son, absolutely, I'm gonna do it all day. For a woman, you just look. Let's figure out how we can get you some money. Let's figure this thing out. A lot of these girls, man, they don't want to figure it out like that. Not right now.
Okay. All right.
Exactly.
Thank you, Mr. Punisher. All right, Stringer. Oh, he gonna come back. I got your second question, sir.
Go ahead.
All right. Your second question is, would you continue dating someone if your child did not approve? Why or why not?
How old is my child?
I don't know.
All right, don't answer that question. Yeah, I'm gonna continue to date. I might even marry her. Yeah.
So
absolutely.
if your child's 10 and they don't like her, is it just I don't care, go sit down?
Man, go sit your ass down. Because let me tell you something. If I don't like a chick that he dating, you think he gonna stop dating her?
Good question. Good answer.
Yeah, he not gonna stop. Hey, son, I don't like that young girl you keep bringing over here. She don't look right for you. Come on, Dad, you tripping, man. She straight. Well, I love her. Okay, all right. He not gonna stop. Nah, I'm not. If I'm happy, relationships for me is about what makes me happy. You can say, I love you, I like you, I want to be with you. If this chick, when she's sitting next to me in this car, don't put a smile on my face, ain't no reason for me to be with her.
Okay.
I don't care. She can be broke. She can have nothing. If she puts a smile on my face, that's more than everything.
Okay.
My peace of mind, and again, I didn't learn this until I got older.
Okay.
I was aiming at all the wrong shit. I'm aiming at the big booty. I'm aiming at some titties. I'm aiming at, I know she get down. Oh, baby girl. No, my child's mother booty looked like a 10-year-old white boy. You understand what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. When I'm out here in the street, though, like this girl right in front of me, her booty is, man, James will put some Mrs. Butterworth on this booty right here. He can't see it right now. But again, it's a nice booty. She looks nice too. But if I was in a relationship, again, I like what I like. I don't know where that just went to, but
if she makes you happy, it doesn't matter about nothing else.
It don't matter. Can't nobody tell that, the way she look, or man, shorty ain't got no ass, and shorty ain't got no tits, and she got, like, it don't really matter to me, man. Like, I like what I like.
But it's a distraction.
Yeah, like we get distracted on the wrong things, and that's why we as men we fail. Yes. Like we fall hard for the wrong stuff. Oh man, shorty look nice. She look real good. She got her stuff together right here. But I seen a girl today. She was real nice, and she started talking, and her breath smelled like. No, I'm for real. Her breath smelled like 3 little men was on her tongue shoveling shit. Like, I was like, you gotta be shitting me, girl. Like, you look this good and your breath smell like, for real. Like, she
needed somebody to tell her so she can be good with some good breath.
Maybe it was cock breath. I don't know. Whatever it was, I was just like, oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, baby. Okay. Oh, so again, sorry.
Yes. It's okay. So, do anybody else feel that if their child does not like somebody, that they will still continue to date them, or they would not? So, do your children make the decision? All right. Okay. So, you say yes?
From my experience, what I've been through right now, if my daughter had them, I wouldn't, because come to find out, in my past, everyone she told me.
You choppy again.
Close your mouth, Stringer.
Okay, you say what now?
Everybody who my child has told me not to date has turned out to be a dud. So now, if she's told me, before in the past, no, I've been like, like Stringer said, fuck you. Like now, she wouldn't do that. It wouldn't be reciprocated. She wouldn't listen to me. She'll date who she want to date and move on with her life. And I still feel like I should want to, but I would definitely consider her input. I would definitely consider or have a talk with her at least to see why she says that and what she sees that I don't see. For her to say I shouldn't date them, because before, her opinion didn't matter to me. What she thought didn't matter to me. And I wish I would have listened, because every time she's told me that, she's turned out to be right. She had a discernment for these trifling Negroes that was in my life, and I didn't.
Okay. I mean,
so now I would, because she's older and has more wisdom, and I'm older and have more wisdom.
Okay. Well, there it goes. It's different things on here. I mean, different opinions. Okay. Well, thank you, Mr. Harris, for blessing us with your presence. Thank you to Ms. Lisa for blessing me with your presence. Thank you for Mr. Punisher for blessing us with your presence. Thank you, Ms. Camille, for blessing me with your presence. And thank you, Mr. Norman, for blessing me with your presence. Keisha, real nurse, her phone died. Gang. All right. I thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Remember, please tune in to me on Sundays. Everyone has the tea. I'm the only one that brings the biscuit with it. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I appreciate you all. Have a
Thank
good
you.
You too. All right, Miss Biscuit. All right.